So let's talk third party with Wii U and again, because apparently we're just not going to be done with this topic, but I kind of think this should nip almost everything about third party in the bud, so I shouldn't have to talk about it again, but we'll see what happens. So, what recently happened is pretty much Ubisoft said, you guys get no mature games on your next-gen console known as the Wii U, because you guys don't buy next-gen games, and you don't buy hardcore mature games. You only buy the casual as fuck games like Just Dance and whatnot. Now, if we're going to talk personal opinion and how I personally feel about this, I don't care. And I'll show you why I don't care. This is why I don't care. This is exactly why I don't care. Because this is the only Ubisoft game I've actually purchased on my Wii U. And that was because this was the only Ubisoft game I was interested in. It's still the only Ubisoft game I'm interested in. I'm being honest. I literally don't care about anything else. I don't care about Assassin's Creed. I don't care about Splinter Cell. I think the only other game I might want is Child of Light, and yeah, that's it. Like literally, I don't care about any of the other stuff. I don't care. Now I could go into the whole list of reasons that everybody and their grandma has already mentioned about why this statement was stupid and why it was a dumb idea and how third parties have this anti-Nintendo conspiracy shit, which I do believe in to an extent, but that's not really what this video is about in its entirety, because honestly those are the things that have already been addressed like 6,000 times. In this video I want it to be a different video because I inherently do not care, because most of the IPs Ubisoft has, and that includes Zombie U too, I literally didn't care about. The only Ubisoft game I gave a shit about was Rayman Legends, and I thought that game was actually worth $60. I know a lot of people are boycotting Ubisoft, which I don't understand what kind of statement you're making, considering if you're from a fan base that wasn't known for having the most impact on their sales before, I don't understand you completely withdrawing yourself is going to really change anything. Oh damn, you took 3% away from my sales. Oh, I can't buy, now I gotta buy a golden jet ski instead of a platinum one. Like, most of these companies, if they didn't care before, I don't know what, I mean, if you're trying to make a stand for other people, that's whatever, but like, if you're trying to actually get some type of response out of the company, good fucking luck. If you were actually a majority, you have a better chance of that working. That rarely works for minorities. Ooh, the irony there. But, you know, if you do what you want to do, that's fine. If people want to boycott them, I don't really give a shit. People boycott everything nowadays, so it doesn't really matter in the long run. Not for me personally. What I want to talk about is kind of the stupid-ass claims and kind of the problem we're having currently. A lot of people are also spreading this doom and gloom shit again, which I find hilarious considering you're pretty much saying because they lost the only third party they had left, they're now screwed. Even though you guys have spent the last almost 2 years talking about the fact that they have shitty third party and they're screwed. So you're telling me the little third party they had, they were screwed, and now that they have none, they're screwed. Well, then what's the point of you reiterating a statement that you've already made? It's not like, oh man, and as you guys keep saying, Nintendo fans don't buy fucking third-party games, we buy Nintendo games. That's why they're the ones that sell the best. Well, then what the fuck is losing Ubisoft's future Assassin's Creed installments or Call of Duty installments gonna really fucking do? If you guys, like, this is what I understand. You have this, like, I understand the negative mindset people have against the Wii U and how they don't fucking think it's a worthwhile console and it's a piece of shit and it's a failure and all this other crap. Yet, you're so easy, but you'll jump on another thing. You'll reiterate that point about the same shit. You'll be like, oh man, the Wii U isn't getting Madden, what was it, Madden 2014? And then it turned into, oh, so they're not getting Madden 2015, they're doomed. And I'm like, but you guys said that Nintendo fans are gonna do them anyway, so I don't understand the point. Like, at a certain point, you'd either come off redundant or stupid. I can't I can't really tell what you're aiming for. It's like, oh, they're doomed if they don't, if they have this little third-party support, and they're doomed if they don't have it at all. Then what the fuck was the point of you saying it the first time? What was the point of you saying it the second time at the first time, especially when you're saying the same goddamn thing? The other thing I find asinine is that when it comes to third-party, people don't like the whole Nintendo conspiracy theory, which people should understand the problem with the reason why people have that theory in the first place. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nintendo consoles are the only consoles that suffer this problem, where if we ever get a version of a game, it's always the stripped down version, even if our console has the power to run it. That doesn't seem a little weird to you? And then on top of that, we're the only people who get ports this fucking stripped down. I don't think the PS3, even the PS3 when it got the shitty ports from the 360, never got ports that were completely stripped the fuck down. If you've ever gotten a Sniper Elite V3 on the Wii U situation, let me know. But most fucking, I don't think any consoles really suffer that kind. That's just bullshit on the highest degree. Which this is why, and this is kind of why I don't care about third parties being on the console like that anyway. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones losing money on a fucking bullshit ass product. People used to like to throw around the phrase that we should buy these games to get more third-party games, but then you say we're stupid for having, but then you'll go and trash that version of the game anyway. Like, how many people fucking, when Watch Dogs was announced for all the consoles, went, man, I'm totally gonna get the Wii U version. Like, and that's whatever. You know, ironically, I was like that. Oh, the irony. But, like, why would you dog out a version that you keep telling us to support? It's like, aha, you have the inferior version of Assassin's Creed 4, the inferior versions of Assassin's Creed 3, the inferior version of Mass Effect. You guys don't have Mass Effect Trilogy. You have the inferior version to every Call of Duty game. You keep telling us how shitty our games are and then telling us to buy those games in order to do what? Because, honestly, if anything, that doesn't really change my life. Like, I don't understand that. Why would you put down a version of a game that you're telling us to buy? It just comes off as kind of... It's like essentially you put yourself in a position where you'll win either way. If we buy the shitty games, and it's like, aha, you guys sort crap. And if we don't buy the shitty games, see, look, Nintendo fans only buy Nintendo games. So, and I think Nintendo fans don't realize this. You're in a catch-22. Essentially, you are in a position where you cannot fucking win. It's either... Because it's because, as I said, if you buy the shitty ports, then you're looked at as gamers who don't know quality. And if you don't buy the shitty ports, then you're known as a fanboy who only supports Nintendo consoles. So, and all intents and purposes, there's no reason to buy. I just stick with not buying it, because then I'm not wasting my money on an inferior product, which is the point of gaming. Listen, if I have $60, I don't give a fuck what console it's for. I'm not buying the shittier version of any game. I don't think any gamer should do that. And I know a lot of Nintendo fans got caught up in the bullshit and bought these shitty ass ports because you wanted to support third parties on Nintendo. But what you gotta understand is the biggest problem with this industry nowadays is the fact that we support bullshit ideas. So if that's the case, do not perpetuate the fact that gamers support bullshit ideas by supporting shitty ass third party ports. Don't fucking do that. That's an insult to yourself, your wallet, and your just status as a gamer, or someone who even cares about quality on any level. Don't fucking do that shit. That's why I sat there and I bought games that I thought were quality products. Tekken Tag Tournament Wii U Edition, quality product. Rayman Legends, delayed as shit, but quality product. As long as Project Cars has the same shit that the other versions have, it's still a motherfucking quality product. You know what wasn't a quality product? Fucking Batman Arkham Origins, Mass Effect 3, Assassin's Creed 3, Splinter Cell Blacklist, Assassin's Creed 4, fucking, I'm trying to think off the top of my head of third-party games that I don't care about. The only game I actually think that came out on the other consoles and I still didn't buy it for the Wii U was Arkham Origins, and unfortunately that game was a piece of shit overall anyway, which really kind of made me regret buying it at day one, which sucks because it was an impulse buy, but that's whatever. The point I'm trying to make is, you aren't going to win with people who dish your console. You're not, because no matter which way you go, you fucking lose. So at least go the route that saves you money and keeps your sense of integrity. You could say listen, they'll say whatever the fuck they want to say about Nintendo fans only buying Nintendo games. At the end of the day, I still have fucking $60 in my pocket that I can put towards a much better and a much more and a better quality game. You know, I could take the $60 that I was gonna spend on the newest Assassin's Creed Unity piece of shit, or the new, and I'm not even saying the game's a piece of shit, I'm just kind of saying it as a general thing. The new Assassin's Creed and the new Call of Duty could be fucking amazing. That's not my point. Is I could take that money and save it, because we knew the Call of Duty, I already knew this for a fact, the new Call of Duty would never be a full version of the game. I mean, some of you guys just like playing it on the Wii and the Wii U, and that's cool. Listen, if you think it's a quality product in your eyes, that's fine. But me personally, I don't find a GIMP version of a game and a version of the game that inherently cheats, that is there to just kind of serve as a painful reminder that you're not good enough to get the full version of the game. Like I'm paying for a broken ass beta or some shit. It's an insulting concept to me. That's why I say fuck it. If you're gonna give me Assassin's Creed 3 Broken Edition, then I'm gonna go fucking buy Hyrule Warriors. If you're gonna give me fucking Call of Duty Ghost Gimped Edition, I'm gonna go fucking buy Wonderful 101. If you're gonna keep giving me shitty games, I'm not gonna fucking buy them. That's the whole point. That should be the whole fucking point. And you can sit there and blame Nintendo and say they didn't have good relations with third party, and then but then people will bring up the E3 conference and go, well, what the fuck did they get on stage for and say all that shit if they didn't even fucking have any belief in the product themselves? And that's because fucking people, because it don't matter, I don't give a fuck how you spin it. Nintendo has always had bad relations with third party. They could have made a better effort to change that, and it looked like they were trying to. Unfortunately, and I know a lot, and I think Commander Black put this in this video that kind of annoyed me. He said they should have went to the third-party developers and said what they wanted in your game, and all this other shit. Like, pretty much cater to the third parties, but at the end of the day, you do realize that Nintendo is the only console, the Wii U is the only console that is actually selling at a profit right now, right? You know, out of all this bragging the Sony PlayStation 4 has done right now, I have yet to see a fucking positive post about, hey, look, they're not selling it at a loss yet. That means they're still selling that fucking thing at a loss. Granted, I doubt that it'll be too much longer the way it's selling, and it'll probably be selling at a profit eventually. But still, I just find that kind of asinine. And Xbox has never made, every Xbox console is a fucking failure in a business sense because none of them bitches have ever made the money. And you want to talk about fucking Nintendo needs to cater to the third party. First party is what keeps your company alive. Third party is something that is a compliment. It's not the fucking main dish. Guys, save your fucking money. Granted, you don't have a choice now. I'm just saying. Stop this fucking port begging shit. You know what you should focus on this, and this is just the Nintendo fist. Stop focusing on what Nintendo doesn't have and focus on what they do have. You know what video I'm going to make next in terms of gaming? It's going to be a fucking top 10 of games I want them to rescue. I'm not worried about the Crew and the Division and the Order 1886 and Bloodborne and fucking Sunset Overdrive, because they're not Nintendo games. They're not fucking games coming to the system. You know what the fuck I am worried about? Bayonetta 2 and Devil's Third. You know what I would like to see? More games like that. Maybe a fucking new Tatsunoko vs. Capcom game. Maybe a fucking new Beautiful Joe. Maybe the fucking Fertile Frame game in Japan coming to America. That's what I'm worried about. Fuck the other shit. Because I'm not going to worry about something that hasn't benefited me in 2 damn years. Assassin's Creed has been a complete waste of time on a Nintendo console. Why? Because it wasn't even fucking supported right. Same thing. Assassin's Creed was a waste of time. You know, the sad thing is the Batman series started out promising, and then they just fucking tapered off. And that one's probably a bigger insult than anything else, because the Batman game, Armored Edition, only had the frame rate issue. That was the only fucking problem with Batman Armored Edition, was the frame rate. But Arkham Origins, made by the same team, mind you, loses almost every other fucking feature that made Armored Edition so amazing. Half the gamepad features were just completely taken out, which was stupid because you knew the fucking architecture. You knew how to fucking design a game for it because you just finished porting Arkham City to fucking the Wii U. So what the, I don't know. See, And see, that's the point. I'm tired of focusing on that shit. I'm tired of worrying about what games we're not getting. Fuck it. It's on like 6 other consoles, man. The Wii U version was gonna totally take off anyway. Fuck. I know people want the option. I know people want Mortal Kombat and shit. But at the end of the day, we can't really do anything about that. That all depends on two people: the third-party publisher and / developer, and fucking Nintendo. And you know the only thing Nintendo can do at this point, stop worrying about, oh man, they should have made better hardware. Stop. Rich does that shit all the time, by the way. Fucking, they should have made better hardware. They should have did this. They should have did that. Shut the fuck up about what they should have done. They can't do anything about it now. Which is funny because he's the guy who also says, it's like, you just have to live with the decisions you made. Then what the fuck do you keep bringing up how they can't, they're doing this shit wrong all of a sudden? Like, they can't do anything about that. If you're gonna argue about something, argue about voice chat, party chat, joins friend option. Shit that they can actually change in the console at this point. Instead of this stupid, it needs to be stronger, it needs to be more powerful, it needs to be more third-party developer friendly, even though honestly looking at the other 2 companies, that obviously does so much for the fucking console. Like deadass, it does so much for the company, right? Because Sony's totally in financial strong suits right now, and Xbox is a fucking gold mine through the Xbox division, right? Right? Oh, that's right, it's not. The GameCube is more of a success than the PlayStation 3. I want people to realize that. I don't give a fuck what you say. The GameCube, even selling way less than the PlayStation 3, is more of a success because it actually made money. The fucking PS3 did not make money, I think, the majority of its lifespan. I think it may have started making money by the end of it, which got cut off so quickly because they needed a new fucking console. So, yeah. So long story short, fuck it. Fuck trying to fucking explain to people why what the Ubisoft representative said was so stupid. Because at the end of the day, you won't win it anyway. So I say save your money, buy the games that actually are worth the damn, and start talking about things we can change. Third party is just not one of those things. You want to see better, you want to see more third party exclusives. Devil's Third, Bayonetta. Make sure those games sell well. That's what you should be promoting. And people who don't like the system, if you didn't realize through this video how obviously dumb your concept is, where you'll mock fans for having shitty ports and then tell them that and then when shit goes wrong for them, tell them how they should have supported those shitty ports. Then at that point, listen, you may not like the Nintendo console, but at the very least you should be able to acknowledge your flawed logic, but whatever. Anyways, that's the Insane Game Freak. That's just me. I will talk to you guys later. Life's a game. Play to win. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace off.